What's up, everybody? It's Baby Girl here, and we have a lot to unpack in this video because I wanted to talk about something that I actually finally heard Ivy Rose Grows and Nina somewhat agree on something. I know, right? So we're gonna start with reacting to the Ivy Rose Grows video really quick.
Yo, boo-boo bestie. This is my page, Ivy Rose Grows. So let's start off by saying everything is alleged. This is for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. These are my thoughts and my opinions. Yo, guess what I heard last night? This Bayou talk. Bayou gossip, okay, y'all? So there's a lot of talk on Gypsy's belly. I thought we was past this whole prosthetic belly thing. But apparently all of a sudden since last week it came back. So now everybody's thinking that this prosthetic belly is her thing now. I made a video. I said, y'all, the girl's really fucking pregnant. Okay, I'm telling you, she's really fucking pregnant. But I think because other people are starting to say that again, people are latching on to it. But let me tell you about the Bayou talk that I got. I've mentioned this before in the post about her, I believe it was the DNA results. It was a couple videos after that. I talk about how the rumor on the Bayou is about that results that she got was that there is an abnormality and the baby is growing very, very small. That's why. We hearing it here. Did TikTok hear about it? I did say something about it, I don't know, a month ago. Something like that. About there was abnormalities that tested, like, that came up. So, for all of y'all that are out here on this prosthetic belly kick, stop. The girl's really pregnant, and the reason why her belly's so small, this is what we hearing on the Bayou, that's all alleged, is that the baby's growing very, very small. There's abnormalities. It's growing really, really small. So, I feel bad for her baby, but not her. So, let's get out the real information, okay? It's a real pregnant belly. There's no prosthetic belly. And the reason why her belly's so small, this far line, is because her baby's not fully growing right. Where's all my medical nurses at? Come on, y'all. There's a couple of people in here that are actually nurses and haven't said that. Like, it's wild to me. I mean, I've been in the medical field since I was 18, so, you know. But that's the word on the Bayou, y'all.
Okay. Now that you've seen that, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, I decided to do a little bit of research to figure some things out. Just some simple, Google research. Some Google searches here. Gypsy Rose is a high-risk pregnancy, apparently, and that's what's being talked to on the Bayou and even by other creators. Sorry if my eye's a little messed up here. I screwed it up somehow, and now it's all icky under my eye. Anyway. Trying to look nice for my video, even though I didn't feel too hot, and look what you get for it, son of a bitch. I hope you guys aren't sick of me yet. Please, I hope you're not. If you want, tell me in the comments below, and I will stop making videos for a week or something if you need a break. I want everyone to be happy when they're here. Like, let's start this video here. Let's actually put all this aside for a second and go with some positive affirmations like we were going to start doing in, I forgot. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is wrong with me sometimes? I swear to God. Anyway, my mother got me all discombobulated today. I had to go see her. She's going crazy about Christmas and stuff like that. You understand? It gets nuts at my mother's house around Christmas because she's doing too much. But here we are. So, repeat after me, by the way. I am beautiful. I am strong. I can do whatever I put my mind to. I love my family. My family loves me. I love baby girl. And baby girl loves me. Come on, give me a hug. Come on, bring it in. Alright. Good way to start a video anytime, I say. Even if it's a good one or a bad one, don't matter, you know? This one's just a lot to unpack here. This issue with her pregnancy is causing the baby to not develop properly or at the speed of normal growing fetuses, okay? So with that being said, I was like, well, how easy is it for her to pass down her microdeletion syndrome? And turns out the baby has a 50-50 chance of having that same genetic disorder or even another genetic disorder. And it is said that the baby is tested while in the womb, and it turns out that the baby does have the same genetic disorder or even a different one, that they will consider the pregnancy high risk, also being that Gypsy Rose herself has the microdeletion syndrome, that the baby isn't going to develop the way it should, and they have to keep watch on it, do more ultrasounds than normal, things like that. So I don't know for sure. This is all alleged. This is just what I researched. Do your own research, you know. So, I mean, I don't know if maybe they did have the testing to find out through amniocentesis or something that the baby does have the microdeletion, and so then now the baby's not developing right and all that. Same as when the baby's born, it will have the same issues that Gypsy had with not thriving and possibly needing a feeding tube, and then not being able to be mobile in the same way that everybody else is. So the wheelchair might have to be present. And then Gypsy Rose is going to possibly have to do the same exact medical procedures that her own mother had to do with her, only the tables will get turned, and now it's up to Gypsy. Now, is she ready for this completely? Is she going to consider this trigger because she claims medical abuse? I mean, this girl. Gypsy could have also had the chromosome microarray analysis, which is a CMA tool used to test for any microdeletions in the fetus. Well, I mean, it states too that the baby will possibly have a small head. I mean, so that's good for giving birth. I mean, us moms, we know. I had all C-sections. Oh, by the way, you guys, speaking of unpacking a lot in this video here, I got my Ipsy bag today. They take forever because this shit came out of my account a long, long time ago. But anyways, at least it came today. So at the end of the video, we're going to open it together and see what's in there, because I don't even know. But it's no laughing matter for her baby, and no ill intent towards the baby, Aurora, because it's definitely not her fault if she has this microdeletion. And it's definitely something that Gypsy should have been very much aware of before just going ahead and getting pregnant. Is she going to be ready to handle this? Is she prepared herself? Or, I mean, is she going to get aggressive because the baby is ill and do something drastic to the child? Who knows? I mean, she still does herself have the microdeletion with all of the aggressions that it causes and the impulse, the lack of impulse control and all that stuff, you know? So, I mean, she now tries to claim to people, though, that she doesn't even have the microdeletion. But that's totally just, unhinged, off the wall, bitch. You know damn well you have the microdeletion. There's just no questioning it. The second you look it up, that's all you see right there is Gypsy Rose. And it's like, Gypsy, just please stop. Just stop fucking lying already. Come on, man. How dumb do you think people really are? One day I really want to sit down and I want to go over everything she's ever said and then how many times she's retold the story in a different way and told a lie about it, or what. We don't even know which story is the truth, if any are. So just to like really prove that everything that comes out of the bitch's mouth is some kind of fucking lie. We're over your bullshit. I said it before. I then wore the shit. It said I'm fucking over it. But I wanted to talk about this too, because this is important. I have a worry here with all of this being said here. Or the fetus could be growing small from what they call FGR, which is fetal growth restriction, which can happen for many different reasons because of many different things. And one of the things, though, at the bottom of the list is genetic disorders. So, I mean, if the baby does have the microdeletion or some kind of other genetic disorder, this could also be the reason for it developing small in her womb. And this is why her stomach looks sometimes non-existent or, still very small for being 8 months. FGR usually occurs when the placenta isn't functioning properly and isn't providing the baby with enough nutrients and oxygen to grow normally. Maternal health issues like high blood pressure, smoking, poor nutrition, infections, drug use, certain medications, multiple pregnancies, or genetic abnormalities, as I just stated, in the baby itself. Like I stated before, the baby could have a small head, small stature, delayed development, and as I keep researching, I found that 75% of all children born with the 1q21.1 microdeletion syndrome have developmental delays, thus affecting sitting, standing, and walking, which further proves why Gypsy had the wheelchairs that she did have. Gypsy's going to have to also then, if this is the case, make sure Aurora's got the wheelchairs and that she goes to all of her procedures and things like that. And I just feel like this is going to start a lot of shit because a lot of people are really going to start to recognize that the medical procedures she was having done were necessary, and then people are gonna probably go after her being like, why are you having all this done on your baby? Do you have Munchausen by proxy as like your mother did? And that's gonna, then she's gonna have to come out, I would think, with the truth about her baby having the genetic disorder and also that her procedures were very much needed. And just remember that these are my thoughts, my opinions for entertainment, educational, and informational purposes only. This is all alleged. He's just being an asshole today. He went to Grandma's and had a bath, and now it's... Like I said, I advise everybody, please do your own research and figure this out for yourself. Ivy Rose Gross said that's what's being talked about in the Bayou, and when stuff's being talked about in the Bayou, that's what's really going on. That's the tea, the drama. That's what's going on down there right now. They're all speculating and wondering what this could be about. But guess what, Gypsy? Like I said, this is all alleged. But guess what? My opinion is, what if Aurora grows up and has the same hypersexuality that you do, Gypsy Rose? Are you going to restrict her from having boyfriends like your mother tried to do with you? And look what happened. She could possibly have the same kind of aggressions as you do, Gypsy. She could possibly, grow up to mistreat you the way you did your mom. Okay? Being that she's going to have the same issues. You're going to have to really make yourself aware and stop being so ready to take a blind eye to all of this. And you better start realizing that sometimes our children are worse than we ever dreamt of being. You might just end up turning out like your mama, girl. And then after I did some more research, after watching Ivy Rose Grows Wild, I saw that Nina had posted a video similar, saying something along the lines of allegedly Gypsy Rose having a high-risk pregnancy and the baby not developing properly and yada yada. Now, apparently, though, Nina says that Ken and Gypsy are, in fact, still very much so broken up. That whole thing, I'm just waiting to find out for sure because I don't know. what to believe anymore. I believe Ivy Rose grows wholeheartedly, but then maybe they're just not talking about that. They're keeping it so hush-hush that it's just not getting around or something. But it is such a small town in the South that everybody knows everything usually. So I thought that would be out there too, but you never know. Maybe, they did break up and it's so hush-hush for the show that they've got to keep even it locked down from anyone locally finding out. And that he's still around, Nina says, but he's just not living there with them anymore and all that. And apparently Gypsy's holding the fact that she's having a high-risk pregnancy over his head to kind of manipulate him. She's such a vindictive bitch. I mean, you might know she will find any tactic possible to use for manipulation. I mean, she's just anything that pops in her head, like, oh, I stubbed my toe. Well, now I can make him do all the walking for me for the day. Or whatever the case, So, I mean, this doesn't surprise me not one bit that she would do this. And then on top of it, probably holding over his head that, they're going to have an ill child. And how could he leave her like this with her child about to be born, with a possible genetic disorder and yada, 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 yada. And poor Ken is probably just so fed up he can't even stand it. I wouldn't want to be in this relationship, so I'm trying to believe what's best for the guy and that he's not with her, to be honest with you. But let's watch this video, though, by Nina together. Let's see what you guys think in the comments. You guys got to tell me what you guys feel.
He's not food child. The tea is hot. Someone proved to me that Gypsy Rose Blanchard is a very, very high-risk pregnancy. The reason why is unknown to me. But I've been told that she has been using her being a high-risk pregnancy against Ken. So even though they're not together, and they still currently are not together, he's around. They don't live together. He's not staying at Christy's house like he was before. But Gypsy says that she doesn't need the stress for the baby's sake. And she's a high-risk pregnancy, so he doesn't want to stress her out. Child, but they still are not together. But she is definitely holding that baby over Ken's head. Is that news? No, because we know she's a grifter. She always has to be the victim. But this has been confirmed through a source. So I'm not unsure about this, y'all. Y'all can take this or leave it however you want. But it is what it is.
Oh, and I'm so sorry about yesterday's video. You guys, I am very sorry. I really am. I will never post anything as disgusting as that again. I just was like so... Oh, my God. Anyway, let's not talk about it. Oh, that was some shit. Literally. You guys, I just don't want to lose you as subscribers, okay? I just don't want, it's just... Sometimes I gotta talk about things that just aren't the best things. It's part of the job. And I need you guys to understand. Oh, and by the way, to the young lady that sorry, I'm going off all over the place. To the young lady that I'm sending the bear to, for the baby, hang on a minute, because I have a couple gifts I ordered that I gotta go in the box too, and I am making you a little something, mother. Now, it's a journal. I got to finish it up. My mom had started it, but see, these little booklets inside are called signatures, and this is the inside of the book here. Okay. Now, these signatures I will sew in. Oh no, I'm ruining that. Let me put this down before I ruin it. And so then I got to sew the signatures in here for you. I've got a couple of them, and then that's just a nice, pretty journal for Mom. You can write whatever you want in there. And I thought I'd show it off so you can give me any suggestions you might have for anything you might want put in there or something like that. Just to show you. And then I'm making this one for my best friend because this one's going to be so cool. There's so many pockets with so many different things. This piece goes up like an accordion. And you can write in all these pages. And then this part opens up over here. And it's got all... I just love it. I think it's awesome. I think she's going to really like it. I got a few more things to add to it. And I got to send that to her. I love showing things off, though. I get so excited about stuff. Oh, and this is a little bath bomb I was going to put with them, too. And then I got to go pick up... I got to wait for the order for the baby toys and a baby outfit I ordered for baby. And there's 2 things in the order for mom. Then I'm going to send that off to her. And then I got that present for my best friend. And I just want to put it out there. If you guys like watercolor paintings or any kind of paintings, I do all kinds of paintings. If you guys want a junk journal and you have any kind of things that interest you, flowers, butterflies, whatever, and you tell me, do you want a bigger junk journal or a smaller one or whatever, I can design one for you and send them out. I love doing them. That's the only reason I put that out there. I have a lot of supplies. And so just shoot me a message on Instagram or something and let me know your interests and we'll go from there, okay? So I just want to put that out there. Sorry about that. Sorry. Back to the video about the bitch. I am kind of starting to lean towards towards believing that they're not together, even though it's not being talked about in the Bayou, just because I'm thinking that maybe they really got this one on lockdown, on hush, so that it can be brought out in Lifetime like it's supposed to. I don't know. And then we're also going to react to this video by Ivory Rose Knows as well. Before we react to that one, there's a small video I did want to show you guys here. This is about genetic testing during pregnancy, just to kind of give you guys some insight on that.
Your life easier. Moms every day.
Good morning, I'm Katie Kunkel. Women in early pregnancy are often overwhelmed by their options for genetic testing. I'm joined by Dr. Cara Seith, an obstetrician and gynecologist at Mayo Clinic Health System, to discuss some of these options. Good morning, Dr. Seith.
Good morning.
So what is genetic testing and why would pregnant women want to get testing?
So genetic testing is offered to pregnant women who want to know if their child could be at risk for certain genetic conditions. And it's really the big decision that needs to be made is whether or not a pregnant woman wants to do genetic testing at all. I have some women who tell me that they want to know everything that they can about their pregnancy to make good decisions about their pregnancy and delivery. And for those women, I recommend genetic testing.
Okay.
For women who tell me that the results wouldn't make any difference to them or that it would make them more nervous, I don't recommend genetic testing.
Okay, all right. So how does the testing work?
So some tests are offered to women based off of risk factors like family history of a disease or ethnic background, and other tests are offered to all pregnant women. These could be screening tests that can give you a high risk or low risk of having an abnormality, like ultrasound or certain blood tests. And some of them are diagnostic tests, which will actually tell you if there's going to be an abnormality. This would be like amniocentesis. Okay. And women should really just talk to their healthcare provider about the options.
All right, great information, and thank you for the advice this morning, Dr. Seith. And to learn more, please visit weau.com and click on Moms Every Day. You will find more information in the health section under Women's Health.
Get more from Moms Every Day.
She states how usually if one of the parents has a genetic abnormality themselves, then it's proper to and responsible to test to make sure that the fetus doesn't have it as well. And I've come to the conclusion that this is probably most likely why the fetus is growing small. And thus making the belly small. And holding her high-risk pregnancy over Ken's head, I mean, that is just so malicious. We can't expect anything less of the bitch, I'm telling you what. And then she posts this bullshit on her TikTok yesterday. Let me show you this shit. We'll read it together. I want to make readers aware of the disturbing, explicit details of abuse within my memoir. That there are many references to many forms of abuse, physical, emotional, and SA. This book may trigger some. I would advise caution when reading my book. My hope is to encourage healing through sharing my experiences with others who find themselves in similar circumstances. Society puts many stigmas against victims of abuse, and this book is to show the growth towards a better life. Some things happen to us that we are shamed for, and the truth is we are not to blame for others who have abused us. We as survivors are not to blame. We didn't ask to be hurt or used. We can acknowledge our past and not live in it. Move forward and as survivors stand together. Many blessings, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Now, I have some issues with this, being that it's been 7 days and then you post a trigger warning after so many people have either listened to you on audiobook or read your book themselves and been completely traumatized. You didn't just talk about abuse and SA and that kind of shit. What you did was you used your hyperfixation on making sure that everybody knows the shock value details of your life. You use that as saying that you're discussing your abuse. No, honey, the things that you discussed within that book, just a little bit that I heard, and from what I've heard from other people, you dumped a bunch of bullshit on people that didn't need to be in that book that had nothing to do with abuse. And you were never abused by your mother anyway. So it's a book full of a bunch of lies, and it's basically softcore porn, and you decide to put a trigger warning out 7 fucking days later. Thanks, that's awesome of you.
Do y'all remember the interview where Claude stated that Gypsy was actually the one that would try to inappropriately grab and touch him? After reading this book, I believe Claude Petrie so much more. There is no doubt, in my mind anyway, that Gypsy Rose was completely inappropriate and definitely could have been the one initiating the touching and the grabbing with her grandfather. Just look how sexually inappropriate her book is. Just look at it. How sexually inappropriate she as a person is. After reading this book, I believe Claude Petrie's story that much more. I'm just saying, there's that.
You did that shit on purpose. It's just that sick little fucking mind of yours. Maybe because it's so fucking, it can't think properly. I don't fucking know. It's just insane to me. Yeah, and you probably came out with this after you heard all of the backlash and everyone talking shit about you being so nasty in this book. Sharing shocking information because of the shock value itself is a very big symptom of your 1Q21.1 microdeletion syndrome. There's so much bullshit that you do that you are going to actually sit there and try to say that you don't have this microdeletion syndrome. You are out of your fucking mind. It tickles you when you successfully torture others, Gypsy Rose. That's why I say that you are a sadist in that way. Did People magazine really have to know that Ryan's penis is small or that his D wasn't really fire? No, that was you having to tell everybody all that information for no good reason, I will say. Yesterday, then, she also posted about how her new memoir, My Time to Stand, is #1 bestseller after release on the 10th. Well, yeah, now I'm sure nobody's going to want to get the fucking thing anymore. I can tell you that. And all it takes is somebody just needs to do free trial on audiobooks and they can listen to the bullshit be told to them in your fucking voice if they really need to hear it that bad. It's just stupid to me, Gypsy. But we need to get to this right here. Because I'm finished with you, Gypsy. I need to see what I got in my Ipsy fucking bag. Fuck you. I'm done with your shit. Ooh, I love it. Look at this. Cute bag. I love it. What do we got in here? Tatcha, Indigo Overnight Repair. Vitamin C Fix Eye Cream by Nip Fab. It's good, I needed some eye cream. Serum palette. Hydraulic acid and niacinamide. So, Eloy eyeshadow. That's pretty. It's called Bloom. I don't know what this is. Some Nina Body 24-hour moisture body lotion. It's kind of yummy, but I like it. ASMR. Here we go. Some bubble wrap. ASMR. Okay, I'll stop. I'm glad I could do my unboxing with you guys. I love getting my Ipsy stuff sometimes. It's like just a little nice present. I just wish that they would send me more makeup-y type stuff. I must have, like, opted for the skincare shit, you know, big time or something, because that's what I'm always getting. But anyway, because I can't afford that expensive stuff at Ulta and all that. So I get my Ipsy bag so that I can, you know, get something nice quality once in a while. You know what I'm saying? They don't give you quite a whole lot for the amount of money that I pay when I do pay it a month, but whatever. Anyways, that's it for today's video. You guys, thank you for coming and hanging out. Happy holidays, happy holidays, happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas to you. I love you guys.
Days are calling me.